What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy TruckerNamedJay. Checking in, man. All right, man. So today we're gonna have that tough talk. Um, we're gonna have that tough talk of um some realizations. Yeah, and not really because it's kind of something I've been hitting to all this time. I just been trying to say it in like that positive spin. But I mean, man, I'm just gonna call it what it is, man. It's a spade. Port is a dud, man. Or at least this situation, this situation with the port that I'm in, with the company I work for, um, it's a dud. It is, man. It's just not. Um, Give me some ginger ale. It's just not set up to be profitable. It's just not. Um, or at least as profitable as I was hoping. Originally when I came aboard, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful, because I am grateful for this opportunity with this company, because it is going to lead to better things, like the fuel hauling thing. But they gave me that second chance in trucking that I was looking for, which is why I wasn't trying to really say too much and not be appreciative of the paychecks that I have been getting versus the paychecks that I won't get. You know what I'm saying? Because overall, this has been a rough year in trucking for me. This is so far the first half of 2019 has probably been my worst year in trucking as far as job stability and as far as the actual income coming into my bank account. All the other years, yeah, you had the job hopping and stuff like that, but it never really cut off the flow of money. Money always continued to flow, which is why I was able to so arrogantly, ignore all the dumb shit I was doing, because it's like, oh yeah, I just switched 3 companies in 4 months, but my check never stopped coming in. You feel what I'm saying? So, to get to a point this year where the money actually was cut off, and I went a couple of weeks to like a month without, no money, and then even now without making good or what I consider great money. It just it's just this would definitely be one of the worst parts of my trucking career. The reason why I'm not in panic mode is because what I've been talking about, this fuel hauling contract that's coming up, that I know that I'm going to be able to turn all this around with, God willing, as long as everything, the way that it's been explained, it happens the way it's been explained. Excuse me. I'll be good. So what I wanted to do to show you guys, that I'm not just jabbing off and rambling and just trying to flip the switch on this port stuff because I'm excited to haul tankers. I'm going to show you my paychecks. I'm going to show you my paychecks. All right. What I'm going to do probably is I'm going to send this to that phone and upload the picture so you guys can look at it while I'm talking. If I can remember my password. There we are. All right. So, as of now, the picture should be where you guys can see it. You can see these are pay stubs for JD Holland, which of course is me. And these are going back from, I started pulling for this carrier May 30th. So I think I did load the 30th and the 31st, which was a Thursday, Friday. So you'll see June 5th all the way into the last check, which was July 24th. I don't know why I keep breaking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 checks. Yeah, 9 checks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means I would be on my 10th week as of right now that I've been with this company. So 10 weeks is what? 2 and some change, 2 months and some change, which isn't long at all. So I'm not going to sit here and be braggadocious, like, oh, look how long I've been with this company, I'm not jobbing no more. That would be idiotic. We still got a long way to go before I'm anything near consistent, but again, this is just to show you what I've been making. So you see, 468, 936, 843, 636, 1075, 1075, 200, 900, 915, and 675. 670, yeah, 675, 40. So as you can see, with the exception of those 2 weeks, which was the 5th. Oh, actually, no, excuse me. They got the 5th in there twice. So subtract one of those 1,075s. So that's actually, my mistake. I misread. So I've been here 9 weeks. This will be my 10th week. Or even no, it's going to be 8 checks. This will be my 9th week. So yeah, whatever. So one check since I've been here has been over $1,000. One. I'm not here to play the blame game. It's just the simplest way I can explain it, like situations that happen, is okay. So, like for example, right now, I delivered a load Monday. Went up to Northern Virginia. No, excuse me, I went down to Mebane, North Carolina. Delivered, came back, took my empty in. Didn't have no load waiting. Yesterday and today, I've done nothing. What is happening is we have a contract that's coming, where we're going to have like 40 boxes that we're going to be taking. I want to say maybe 120 miles to Pantego, I want to say is what it's called, in Carolina. But they haven't been released yet. So I don't know if it's a ship line thing, if it's a customs thing, if it's a customer thing. I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is that they have not been released. So in the meantime, like again, with a company this small out of the port, when they lock on to a contract, or that's the best way to, when they lock onto a contract, a specific load or specific loads, really we have to wait on those because we only have 5 drivers. Me, Alvin, Lamont, Big Al, Tony. Yeah, we only have 5 drivers. So if, let's just say, okay, yesterday, okay, those loads weren't ready, and Corn goes, which is our boss, and says, yo, okay, instead, I'm going to get y'all to pull these, do some Mebbins again. Well, let's just say we go and get the Mebbins and start going down 58. Oh, hey, the other loads are ready to be pulled. Who going to pull them if all 5 of us are occupied? Sure ain't going to be Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That was a bad joke, but whatever. So, it's just, you have to kind of wait for that load to be ready once you make the commitment to it in the port. And that's a lot of what happens. Some days, some of these checks are weeks where I only worked, like I'll probably do this week, 3 days in a week, 3.5 days in a week. Some days 4 days in a week, which is cool because everybody like to kick the feet up and chill. But on the financial side of it, it's just like, man, to do the things that you want to do that are above normal. You just can't do that on this type of salary. It's okay to maintain, if you know how to manage your money. My wife makes good money. We have a budget that we go by, savings and things like that. But at the same time, with this amount of money here, even that is going to get old because it's just going to always be, I just feel like both of us are too far in what we're doing to be that close to having to, move money around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that. I want to be able to pay my bills twice if I needed to in a month. That's not flexing. That's just security. I have a family. I'm obligated to make sure that my family stress is 0. And that's what my job is. That's my first and only job. You know what I'm saying? So with these type of checks here, that is just becoming less and less of a reality of just not stressing over, checks or more money and then shit like that. Like, for example, my son wants to start private school, Hampton Christian Academy in Hampton. It's not cheap. My wife wants to do things with her babysitter service. She wants to, start buying transportation, whether it's a 15-passenger van or 2 minivans. She wants to put playgrounds back there, and we want to do different things with the yard. We want to do different things with the house one day. We want to own the house one day. And making this type of money is just not suitable for those things that we want to do. If I'm being honest, I think a lot of times before I've always told you guys I wanted to make more money, but I never really gave you the reasons why. Whether because I felt like, want none of your business or, whatever. But these are some of the reasons why I need to provide more money for my family. I just don't want my family living mediocre. Call it what you want. Call it being ungrateful, calling it being foolish. I really don't care. That's just how I feel, period. You know what I mean? They deserve nothing but the best, and that's what I'm going to give them, as long as my body draws breath. So with that being said, I put those checks out there. Maybe some other driver out of the port can come and, show their checks and the money that they making, and they can discredit me and say, hey, well, I'm making this. And I'm like, hey, okay, cool then. But right now, from a lot of the port drivers, as far as company drivers that I talk to, and even owner-operators, it's just down. The rates are low. These tariffs, which I'll get into that in another video, is just not the port that it once was. So just a combination of things. But like I said, man, don't shed no tear for me, because come September, when this fuel hauling thing take off, man, oh man. As time goes by with that, I will get into those paychecks. I just don't want to put it out right now because I really don't like hyping up situations that I haven't done yet. Most of the stuff that I've hyped up, training and leasing at Swift, MBI, the money that I made in the port as an OTR port driver, those are things that I've experienced, and I can show you those pay stubs and shit like that. But, this fuel hauling thing, even though everyone I've talked to has told me that the money is ridiculous, I just can't, I don't want to be that guy. I'll sound like one of those old oil field drivers, no subliminals to anybody. But, they used to always hype up the oil field. And then I've seen people go out to the oil field and be like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere near what they were talking about. So I don't want to be that guy. I definitely want to have evidence and proof, and just, because I'm all about putting people on, man, which is why I posted the guy's number that I work for, so you can contact him and get on this situation if you want to. I was trying to put Party Hard on, but he ain't reached back out to me. So, maybe that's not something he want to do, but I don't mind putting people on, man. I'm not one of those guys where, I want to make this much money and then I want y'all to stay down there so I can keep shitting on y'all. I'm just not built like that, I feel like the more everybody around me eat, the less they got to ask off my plate. And the more that we have collectively, the more we can do collectively and keep building and growing. That's the way it should be. That's the way once upon a time YouTube was. Everybody was trying to help everybody else build. I don't know when YouTube turned into this big competition of who has the most trucks, or who has the most authorities, or who has the most titles, or who makes the most per truck, or who does this, what. I don't know when that happened, or maybe it was happening all along and I was just turning a blind eye to it. But I'm just not trying to be a part of that algorithm, if you will. I'm trying to make sure everybody eat, which is why I put out the type of content that I put out. My highs, my lows, and everything in between. If you can't respect that, this might not be the channel for you. But if you can, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, man. I'm putting out more content like this on a daily basis. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God, family, trucking, man. I'm gone.